Joining us, the 2013 Pac-8 Championships here in Anaheim, California. This is the Rinks Anaheim Ice presented by Honda. Cole and I, along with Ayrton Peacock, our cameraman for at least temporary before he's got some tryouts later. Obviously, we wish him the best of luck for that one. But up here at Club 32 is what they call it here at Anaheim Ice. Anaheim Ice has been here for, I can't even tell you how many years. But they did host the inline hockey World Championships way back when it was Disney Ice. But nonetheless, a great arena here. We're on the NHL side directly behind us, and if we ever turn the camera around, you'd be able to see it past the black tarps that we've got set up so that no one bugs us up here. Olympic side rink, so that when they do the practicing for the Olympics, everything is set up. We are going to pause for a second. National anthem here in Anaheim. We're just about ready to get started here. Both teams ready to get underway. The starting lineup for your Utes in goal. We have, of course, Pete Gibb and number 23, Ryan Harris. Number 12, Mike Monument. Number 16, Chase McDonald. As well as number 27, Ryan Fagergren. Or Zep Fagergren. Sorry about that. For USC, starters in net's going to be Eric Ciccone. We're also going to have Brian Weiniger on D. We're going to have Andrew Walk-On, Zach Zabar, Ryan Manning, and Thomas Waschenfelder. Game's underway here as the Utes have possession first in their zone. McDonald going into the sideboards, trying to gain control of it, and USC wraps it around. First, though, able to hold it into the zone. Puck comes out. Now USC have it. It's number 18. Taking it in on the sideboards there. That's Walk-On. Monument has it now for the Utes. Passing it up to Fagergren. Over to McDonald. Back to Fagergren. He's looking to get it in front of the net. Plays broken up by the Trojans. Now the Trojans have control, holding it behind their own net. Here they come. They're looking for that stretch pass, but it's broken up by Harris and the Utes. USC going for a change. Now it's Utah's turn for possession. Harris by Gibb on the shot. Andrew Walk-On has been a stronghold for the Trojans all year long. He has had a number of hat tricks many times this season. Along with the captain, Thomas Waschenfelder, look to them to have big games. The Utes wrapping around the boards, trying to clear it. Weiniger just unable to hold it into the zone, but he's still battling for it. Weiniger gets possession now, bouncing it off the boards. Newman trying to get it, but the Utes dump it back in on Ciccone. Here comes his loss as he dumps it over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski steps across into the zone, making some good moves. He has it on the backhand, trying to throw it in front of the net as it bounces up. Kaczynski still with possession on the far sideboards. Now back behind the net. Stopped by Gibb. And it's cleared. 10 seconds left to go on the power play as Ciccone comes out of his net to play it. A lot of good chances for the Trojans on that drive. Kaczynski, a real strong second line for the Trojans. Eastloss also out there doing very well. All
of a sudden, the Trojans' defense not looking as bad as they have all year. Might have worked on something.
By Brian Weiniger. Nice hit by Weiniger there, and he comes out with the puck. And the Trojans trying to set up their breakout, but it's picked off by Seastrand for the Utes. As the hitting picks up here in the first period, 15 minutes left to go. And here comes the Trojans coming in wide on the backhand, gets a shot. No rebound given up by Gibb.
Andrew Walk-On tries to put the shot on that one. Walk-On, like I said earlier, had a strong season for the Trojans, even though it was not a great season at that. But Walk-On is definitely strong. Mentioned Weiniger. Brian Weiniger, we know he is from New Jersey, and obviously that's one of the places getting hit hard by the blizzard. So hopefully his family, if you guys are listening, we hope you guys are all right and you're safe inside watching some exciting Utah and USC hockey.
Here come the Utes crossing into the zone. It's Otley as there's a pileup in front of the goaltender right there. As it looks like cooler heads are going to prevail. It's still early in this hockey game for that type of action. Nice effort by Otley, though. And good job by the USC Trojans defense, keeping the Utes away from their goaltender. Ciccone going to be a big part of this game here today.
Always is Ciccone.
Their line. Right now, 13:48 left to go in the first period. McDonald set to take the draw for the Utes. And Gazzard for the Trojans. The Trojans come out with it, trying to tip it ahead, but it just gets caught in the skates there of Harris and back into the USC zone. USC trying to clear it out, but it hits a player off the back of the head. He's okay, though. McDonald has it on the sideboards. Looking for somebody. Trying to throw it in front, but it's broken up by the Trojans. Here come the Trojans now. That's Ernst. Ernst kind of upended there in the neutral zone. Here comes Harris. Harris shoots it, but a nice block by Zarnik. And Ciccone will cover it up. 13:19 left to go in the first period.
We're seeing it, Cole, as I mentioned, the defense for the Trojans not able to get it out of the defensive zone, and when they do, it doesn't get past the neutral zone, and Utah's able to grab it real quick. If the Trojans can find a way to, I would say, find a stronghold in the conversion, they're going to do all right.
And Bertinoli trying to tap the puck off the back of the net there. He does. He turns and shoots, and it's blocked by Ciccone. Puck comes out to Walk-On. Walk-On walks over the line, and it takes a shot. It's sticked away by Gibb. Trojans flipping it up over the back of the net. Gibb couldn't find it, does now, and here comes Bertinoli. Bertinoli with speed crosses the blue line. He has help with Seastrand. A Trojan player loses his stick. I believe that's Weiniger, but now he has it again, and here comes the Trojans. He has some room going up the center of the ice, but he's met by three Utes. The Utes dump it back in, and that's going to be an icing call. 12:36 left to go here in the first period. So a creative play there by the Trojans. They get the puck behind the back of the net, trying to flip it up over Gibb. Gibb showing us his breakdancing moves, spinning around on his pads. And lucky for him, the Utes were able to come into the slot and bat that away.
Well, the key for that play was starting off with Weiniger. Somehow
Utes come out with it, though. It's Tatis. Tatis to the sideboards. It's Monument. Monument bounces it out of the zone. Here's Weiniger now. Weiniger ran into the boards by Fagergren. Fagergren to McDonald. McDonald shoots. It's blocked. McDonald gets it again. A great blocker save by Ciccone. Hurst comes down to help, but overskates the puck. The Trojans going for that long stretch pass. Here goes Walk-On. Walk-On's held off by Tatis, though, and there's going to be an interference penalty, I believe, for this. It's going to be a holding, interference, whatever he wants to pick. 10:27 left to go, and the Trojans are going to go on the power play.
Go back to that play in the USC defensive zone. Weiniger dove out, was able to block it, and then a rebound right off of him goes right off the blocker of Aaron Ciccone. Nice little play that the defense played, and then, I believe interference was the call.
And so now we'll have a Trojan power play as it goes up to the point to Selisker. Now back to the sideboards, down low to Morris. Morris has it, passing it in front, but hits a U player's skate and is sent all the way down. Ciccone goes into the corner to play it. 10:10 to go in the first period, 1:40 left to go on the power play. The Trojans regrouping behind their net. It's left for Kaczynski. Kaczynski back over to Selisker. It's picked off, though, by Doug Newell. Trojans regain control, and now they're going to regroup it back to Zarnik. His backhand curls, shoots, unable to get the shot to the tender, and now the Trojans might have a fast break.
Looked like Islas was right in front of it.
Looking cross ice, they get the puck to Ernst. Ernst stops. He's waiting for someone. Back up to Islas. Islas over to Weiniger. Weiniger shoots. It's tipped up in the air, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 9:02 left to go in the first period. 35 seconds left to go on the power play.
Islas, one of those guys, he got in front of the shot earlier. One of those guys who, if there's a fight on the ice, odds are he's going to be the one that's involved in it. Real rough and tumble guy for the Trojans wearing number 5.
Waschenfelder set to take the draw for the Trojans. He wins the draw to Islas. Islas winds up and shoots, but it's blocked away by Reed. Big hit there by Waschenfelder as the puck goes all the way down the ice. Ciccone out to play it, and the Trojans will set up their breakout once again. Here comes Ernst, wide with speed, crosses into the neutral zone, steps across into the zone, and the puck just keeps on going all the way to Gibbs, so he'll cover it up. 10 seconds left on the power play, 8:37 in the first period.
Real simple cover up for Gibb there. He just kind of let it crawl to him. That thing, he didn't have any speed on it at all either. All he had to do was cover it up. Like you said, 8:37, no score, which is a lot different than the last. Now USC's on the penalty kill. Gives a good chance for the Utes.
The Utes win the draw. It's back up to Wilt. Now over to Coons. Coons looking for someone. The play's broken up by Weiniger. Newell down to get it, though, for the Utes. He received some assistance from Otley. Otley pinned up against the boards by Weiniger. Weiniger still holding it, wasting time on that power play. Newell comes out with it, though, on the near sideboards here as he's taken out. USC gets it and clears it down. 1:30 left to go on this power play. Gibb trying to get it up, does so. Seastrand has it now. Evades one Trojan, crossing it into the zone, taking it wide with speed on the backhand, tries to cut in, runs over Ciccone, play goes on. Otley has it in the corner, tries to go all the way around. Coons is going to come down and take a wild shot that goes wide of the net. Over to Newell. Newell able to avoid a player there, just kind of shoveling the puck to the slot. Weiniger gets it as he's pinned up into the boards by Otley. Back up, trying to go to the point. It's just too far away from Wilt. Gibb comes out to play to Coons. Coons has some room. He winds up, shoots right into the chest of Ciccone, and Ciccone will hold on to that one. 46 seconds left to go on the power play for Utah.
Cole, we were talking about
bouncing through the neutral zone. Wilt chasing after it along with Kaczynski as they battle with each other for it.
A couple of great chances right in a row for the Trojans, unable to capitalize. Thanks to the Utah defensemen really holding their ground for Gibbs, as he needed some help, and they gave it to him.
Puck goes all the way down. Ciccone covers it up. 3:32 left to go in the first period. USC bringing some pressure late here in the third period as both teams getting some new players, some new personnel out there on the ice. The power play is over. I am a little slow to get that off the screen there.
It's okay. We accept you for the good things that you do.
Weiniger has Bertinoli pinned up against the boards. Seastrand comes out with it, turns, has it behind the net, shuffles it over to Bertinoli behind the net. Bertinoli trying to go in front, but Weiniger takes a knee and blocks that play. Brown with it now up on top of the point, walks in and shot and deflected by Weiniger. Weiniger playing every position out there. He's down low, breaking up plays behind the net. He comes up top to the point and blocks that shot, goes up high, stops the play. Still left to go on the first period.
And that's something you'll see Weiniger do a lot. You know, you mentioned he took the knee. Kind of gave up his own body. He's only a sophomore. Should be a good couple of years with him.
The Utes can't play the puck right now. The refs are just going to stop it. The puck came up high off the glass. Coons jumps up, blocks it with his hand, but he bats it forward, and Doug Newell and Seastrand couldn't play it. So the face-off's going to come all the way down here. 3 minutes left to go here in the first.
Weiniger is listed as 6'2", 180, but I mean, he could be a goalie for all he wanted. He blocks everything he can. He will jump in front of the puck, lay down himself for the team. Gotta love a team guy like that.
As the Trojans sneak one by on the wraparound. That's number 24, Zach Zabar. He picks up the puck in the corner. He's being chased by the Utes, but he just goes for the wraparound. Gibb holding his near post. He thought he had it, and it just sneaks by him. The Trojans go up 1-0 late in the third period. 2:50 left to go in this period.
I didn't really see anything. I didn't know it was a goal until I saw, not Weiniger, but Thomas Waschenfelder, the captain. He turned around with a smile and raised his hand, and you knew the Trojans took a 1-0 lead.
2:45 left to go, and the first puck's dumped down into the... Bell throwing it up. Goes a little bit too far for its target, though. And now the Utes trying to bounce it into the zone. Here comes York. York has the puck, looking for a shot. Easily blocked away. It almost hits a Trojan player, though, and goes in. Ciccone stands strong, though, keeping it out of the net. 1:43 left to go in the first. The Trojans are up 1-0 against Utah.
That one was very close, and I believe it's Ryan Manning. It almost bounced off a Manning's skate, 25, and that one, I mean, right place at the wrong time, but luckily for the Trojans, could not go through.
Trojans trying to get it out here, but it's backhanded back in by Coons. York with it, taking it behind the Trojan net. Looking up top, he's got Wilt. Wilt going for a pretty high shot there that goes way wide. Trojans have an opportunity to clear the zone. It bounces off the lineman back into Trojan possession. 3 Trojans over there on the boards as some pretty big stalemate hits here, but no one falling down. Otley trying to line a Trojan up, but that's evaded. Coons has it, taking it behind the Utah net. Passes it to Wilt. Wilt's ran into. Here comes Otley. Otley up to Newell. Newell crosses the blue line, entering the zone. He's met by some Trojans. Otley just trying to dive for it and poke it towards Ciccone. Ciccone covers it up, as there's some more conversations down there in front of Ciccone. Ciccone's seen that a lot here in this. It is over. USC taking a 1-0 lead after the end of the first against Utah.
A great game so far, Cole, and great game I would assume for the rest of the it. Should be a good one. We're glad you're with us here on Ustream.
You're watching the Pac-8 Championships. We'll be back. The clock's set for about 14:30, so we'll be back in about...
Yep.
On those pads. Those pads are slick, and we're underway here. Puck going in front of the Utah bench, and the Trojans trying to dump it in. It's blocked off by Tatus, though. Now Fagergan has it, and he dumps it in for Utah, where I thought he was. It's blocked by Waschenfelder. Waschenfelder gets it into the zone. Gibb playing it behind the net. Hurst stops with it, makes a little move right there, and he comes out of the zone. Breaking across the red line right in front of you, passes it over to McDonald. McDonald shoots, and it's blocked away by Ciccone. Now both teams battling for it on the sideboards here as a Trojan player goes down. No penalty called there. Utes come up with it. That's Mike Monument, as there is a hurt Trojan.
That's Corey Newman on the ice. And Newman's been a very key player for the Trojans all year. Not the, not always the first guy out there, but definitely one of the heart players out there. And seeing Newman down, not a good sign for the Trojans. Hopefully he's going to be okay. The trainer's getting out there right now, and but it's not a good sign because Corey Newman, when he does get hit hard, he gets up fast, and the fact that he's still laying out there, not good. Hopefully the Trojans, number 7, Corey Newman, will be able to get up hopefully soon. The trainers are helping him. It looks like they're playing with his hand, but that's no reason to be laying on the ground, so I'm not quite sure what the injury is. But nonetheless, Corey Newman is on the ice, laying out, not very far into this game, just 41, no, is my math right on that? 41 seconds in. and he's laying on the ice, and this is going to obviously stall us a little bit. But obviously we hope that Corey Newman is okay.
This is the last game of the day. The championships will be held here tomorrow at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. In their own zone here and just get it out. Coons, though, for the Utes, able to hold it in. And Monument on the sideboards has it to Fagerine to McDonald, and that shot just going wide. An opportunity in the slot there for McDonald, but it's off its target. 19 minutes left to go.
Good chance for the Utes. Goes
Ref's vision.
and he lost sight of it, probably right at the same time the net did come off its bearings, so the play would have probably been whistled dead anyway.
Utes win the face-off, but it goes a little bit too far past Tatis. Tatis back to get it. Throws it up, bounces over the stick of Robinson. And now there is a Trojan player in the Utah bench. Big hit there for the Utes. Trojan player back out on the ice. Robbins gets it and throws it into the zone. Ciccone back to play it. Now Weininger with it. Weininger with his outlet pass just a little bit too far as that shot's tipped by Chassis. Chassis tips it just a little bit too far past its intended target, which is the net. Now Robbins battling for it. Gets it back to Harris. Harris trying to make a move, but that's poked away by Waschenfelder. But he's taken out by Harris. A big shot for the Trojans, and another shot. A goal scored for the Trojans by Zach Zabar, going up 2-0 against the Utes. I believe that's his second goal for this game. Early in the second period, 17-11 left to go.
A great chance off of that, off of the Waschenfelder possession in the neutral zone. He gave it over to Walk-On. Walk-On was sitting on the blue line with nobody around him. One of the Utah defenders came up quick, but when Walk-On dropped it to Zabar, well, actually, Walk-On had the shot deflected, but Zabar had a great chance at it and hammered it home. A tripping call, and that's another one of those where Utah could have avoided the penalty, and we've said it all day as we've been here, Cole. Penalties are going to cost you, and that could be a big one.
Coons trying to skate around. It looks like it hit a little bit of water there. Puck stops. Bertinoli able to clear the zone as the clock keeps ticking. Trojans back to control it. Up to Weininger. Weininger trying to move it up the zone. Goes a little bit too far, though, and Wilt for the Utes hammers it back into the zone. Ciccone stops it behind the net. Back to get it is Islas. Islas bounces it off the back of the net to himself. Passes it over to Weininger. Weininger loses it, and now the Trojans will retreat back behind their own net. Reversing it, trying to get control of this puck here as Islas has it. Islas moving it forward to Walk-On. Walk-On steps across the blue line, wrapping it all the way around the boards. And the Trojans control it on the sideboards. Controlling it up top, stepping down low is Waschenfelder. Waschenfelder going up back to the point to Weininger. Back to Waschenfelder. Back down low to Waschenfelder on the top. They're going to line up the drive here and shoot it just wide of the net. Puck is on top of the net. Now they get it off. Brown trying to clear it for the Utes. That's not going to be enough, though. Weininger holds it in. Throws it back around. Zach Zabar to get it. He's got 2 goals for the evening. Trojans controlling it behind the net of the Utes. Trying to get it to Zabar, but that play is broken up by Brown. Behind the net as they're looking. They've tried to throw it over the back of the net once. This game, puck goes to the slot, and it is cleared away by Reed. Ciccone comes out to play it. 20 seconds left to go on this power play. Trojans waiting behind their own net. They have a guy up at the far blue line stretching the zone. Clock ticking down here. 10 seconds left on the power play. Pass comes up to Morris. Morris makes a move. Ankle breaker right there as the Ute player goes down. Offsides right now is the call. Player comes back. Seastrand still has it, trying to make some moves as he's ran into the boards by Kaczynski. Kaczynski comes out with it. Takes a hit by Bertinoli. Here come the Trojans. It's Newman. Newman crosses the blue line and is ran into the boards by Tatis. Newell has it now. Back to 5-on-5 hockey.
And not knowing what Newman's injury was earlier, seeing him get hit that hard was real scary just now.
He's taking some hard hits.
not always from outside, but especially when you're inside, when there's a lot of bodies around you, you start seeing different things, and you don't know if you can find the puck in that. And that almost played very well for the Utes just now.
Weiniger with it now for the Trojans. Going up high, way past the view of our camera, bouncing into the Utah zone. Coons picks it up, settling the puck down, getting it back to the neutral zone. Reed over to Otley. Otley coming in now. Toe drag. He's got some room being hooked, and there's going to be a penalty on this. They didn't blow the whistle, though. Play still going on, and now they do. 10:45 left to go here in the second period as the Utes will go on the power play.
Almost halfway through here, and what a good chance for the Utes on this one.
As it's down the ice, 1:30 left to go on the power play here. Gibbs going to calmly put it behind his net for Wilt. Utah, everyone going behind the goal line. They set it up. It's left for Newell. Newell passing it over to Reed. Crosses off his stick, though. And Zabar has it now. Or Islaws, I believe. Now the Utes have it. To Newell. Going cross ice to Wilt. Wilt lining up a shot, but it's blocked by Weiniger. Here come the Trojans. Held in by Coons. Going back down to the near side corner, and it's rang off the boards and goes all the way down to Gibb. 50 seconds left to go. The Utes players talking to each other out there, trying to set this up. They desperately need another goal.
Interesting to see here, there are still a couple of pools of water on the ice, and we're over halfway through the period, so that may be something to...
Here comes Coons. Coons takes the shot, blockered away by Ciccone. And the Trojans have some room here as that's closed off. Goes back to Wilt. 26 seconds left to go. Newell through the neutral zone, steps across the blue line, taking his time over to Coons. Coons looking for someone to pass to. He finds Newell up top, back to Coons down here on the near boards. Pass back to Newell, but it's in his skates, and it comes all the way out. USC deciding what to do with it. He backhands it back here to the near boards. Players battling for it. Puck still in the zone.
Behind you.
Trying to get to it. Nice play by McDonald to tap that back to his defenseman, to Tatis, and the puck goes back in the zone. Utah heads for a change. It's the Trojans' turn now to have some possession. Here comes Weiniger. He steps across the neutral zone, backhands it into the corner, and Tatis goes after it for the Utes, fighting with Weiniger. Weiniger knocked to the ice by Tatis. Here comes Bertinoli. Bertinoli trying to poke it past, gets it out of the zone, and here come the Utes. It's Seastrand with some speed, trying to line it up, cuts through the center of the ice, can't get a shot as he's taken down. That's another great play by Weiniger, back checking on that one. Here comes the Trojans. Kaczynski unable to enter the zone. The Utes right next to us here throw it into the zone. Ciccone headed in. Seastrand taken out by Kaczynski, and there's the Utes are slashed. Bertinoli had the stick slashed out of his hands by Roman, but play continues. This is Pac-8 semifinals game. They're going to let them play. Puck comes back to neutral ice. Wilt with it. Over to Brown. Brown dumping it all the way around the zone. Looking for York. York gets to it. Going behind Ciccone. York stops, put it on the brakes, shuffles it to Otley. Otley looking for someone to pass to. He sees Brown, goes back up to Wilt though. Wilt has it. Lines it up, low shot, rebound right in the slot area, and the Trojans clear it out of the zone. 6:25 left to go in the second period. Some non-stop action here for a little while.
And a great game at that.
There we go.
Finally, we got to stop. No, a great game so far for both teams. Utah
over the zone. Tatis controlling it though. Tries to throw it to Hurst, but it's too far, and it is thrown into the zone by Kaczynski. Newell meets it, but he's ran into the boards by Morris. Tatis digs it out, and here comes Tatis. He's got some speed on him, and he just chips it past for the Utes to chase down. Weiniger gets to it first. Weiniger ringing it around the boards. There's a new player there, and he throws it in front, and Ciccone already prepared for that, and he covers it up again. 3:44 left to go in the second period.
As I said earlier, Ciccone really smart. He almost knew that was coming, got set up, and blocked it. Ciccone, again, having a great day in goal. He's only let the one through, but then again, Gibb on the other side has only let 2 through. What a game here in Anaheim. Championship game tomorrow, and Oregon, either way, seems to have a tough competitor coming up against them.
Absolutely, as right off the face-off, the puck goes back to Ciccone. It's covered up. It's going to be York for the Utes facing off against Waschenfelder for USC. The Trojans win it and get it out of the zone. Waiting for Utah to clear. They do clear, and they're back in. Trojans trying to throw it up the ice. Reed's there, though. Zarnik doing what he can. Zarnik comes 3-1.
Kuzinski on the backhand, somewhat of a wraparound, send it in, and just out of the reach of Gibb. And I believe it's an unassisted goal, but Kuzinski puts it in. A big goal for Ryan Kuzinski, one of the heart and soul guys of the team. Isn't always the one on top of the stat book, but is always the one first in, first out, or first in and last out, and a good goal for Kuzinski.
Well, right there, he gets one just by pure hustle. He's met by some Utes there on the far boards. He dumps it in, uses his speed, beats the Ute, or doesn't win the race to the puck, but is able to stay with it, lifts the stick of the Utah player there, gets control of the puck behind the net, goes for the backhand wraparound, and the puck goes to the far side, getting past Gibb, making it 3-1. So great effort there by Kuzinski, and it pays off.
A good chance now for the Trojans coming in, or going into the intermission, having that goal. If the Utes can get a goal between now and the 30 seconds from now, it's a big goal for them. You always want to have the last goal going into intermission.
Otley with it now. Ciccone, and they're looking for the slot area. It comes to Tanis, and a Ute is mowed over by Ryan Manning, and they're going to give a penalty to some Utah players. I believe it was Ryan Manning who pushed the player over Ciccone that time. It hasn't been that hasn't been the case here thus far, but at that time a Ute player was pushed over him.
The Ute player actually was right in front of him the whole time, and I believe he's going to go to the box for for goalie interference. He was right in front of him the whole time, and I think it was just a domino downfall after that.
Maybe so no penalties, so we're just going to stay here 4-on-4 hockey. No harm, no foul. I think the ref was just, I don't know. Whatever, guys.
It looked like something was going on.
Weininger has it behind the Trojan bench, and Otley tries to run into him as the speed is picking up a little bit here. Trying to dump it into the zone, but it hits the legs of Hurst. Tatis has it now. 10 seconds left to go in the second period. Hurst throwing it up the board. There's another hit by Bertinoli, and there's going to be a penalty for it.
Cross-checking is the call.
Yay.
1 second left on the clock. Trojans are going to go on another power play.
And assuming that the miracle shot doesn't come out right now, and
they're actually just sending him to the locker room. I believe it's not. He's not kicked out of the game. I believe it's just because it's the end of the period.
Yeah, most likely.
We'll wait to hear on that. We'll find out.
But yeah, barring a miracle shot, Trojans are going to have a nice power play going into the third period. Not something that they will ever be opposed to, having a power play with the lead, with a 2-goal lead going into the last period of play. A great game played by both teams right now. You're right, he did go off the ice, but I do believe it was just for the fact at the end of the period, we've reached the end of 2. 3-1 is the score here on Ustream between the Utes and the USC Trojans.
At home, that was a lot of lefts. 20 minutes left here today to get this game decided. The winner of these two teams going on tomorrow to play the championships for the Pac-8. As we get set to go here.
So uneven numbers to start it off. It's going to be a 4-on-3. The Trojans have the favor on that one. And here we go.
And the Trojans have it. Passing it back, controlling it is Zarnik. Zarnik going all the way across ice.
Here's Bry.
Trojans. It's Walk-On with it. Walk-On met by Monument there at center ice. The Trojans cross into the zone and hit. Puck goes all the way down. Ciccone coming out of his net to play it. It's Walk-On. Walk-On has it behind the net. Here he comes on the near boards, looking to go across ice. Monument steals it. Monument unable to get the shot off. Walk-On gets back in time to break up that play. A little bit of an opportunity for the Utes from Walk-On skating the puck across the center of the ice. Here comes Walk-On again. Walk-On through the neutral zone. Ducking it on over to Waschenfelder. Waschenfelders ran into the boards. 2 Utes and 2 Trojans battling for it.
And the Trojans and Utes were having problems on the USC side. There is a lot of water built up over there from the Zamboni as it did not freeze and dry and everything. And even in the corner now, you can see, well, I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen, but there is a lot of water out there still.
Puck clears the zone. It goes back to Selisker. And here come the Trojans again. It's Waschenfelder. Waschenfelder trying to get it to the net. Now he has it down in the corner. Trojans come out with it in turn. It's Kaczynski. Kaczynski's with it. Going back to the point, but he's not there. Selisker will throw it into the zone. Now the Utes make a change. Coons holding it behind Gibb.